book here. I stole it on Amazon. It's raining out. I got it kind of wet, but that's all right. Look at this place all decked out in breast cancer awareness. This post office is number 4 nationally on breast cancer stamp sales. That's pretty impressive. Nationally? Kind of a small city for that. Well, last time I was here, I showed this on video. I was the jammer of the hopper. Luckily, my package is small. Envelopes, no parcels. I guess I could break the rules when I don't have a way to do it. I could put it outside, I suppose. I think they'll be all right with this. Large envelopes. What I'm gonna do now is I have about an hour or so before the pet stores close. I'm gonna go get some plants for my aquarium and some turtle for my fish. Before that though, I'm gonna go do some dumpster diving and see what I can find. Pet stores close at 9. See what we can do in an hour. I think that number 4 sign was actually from last year. This is the new one, I think. Number 3 in the USA. I know they were number 4 last year. I think they moved up a spot. What do you think? It rained pretty hard earlier, so these dumpsters with the lids open, they're gonna be all wet. People wonder about fingerless gloves sometimes. This is a major benefit right here. Keep your gloves nice and dry. I thought I saw a chunk of copper in here. I did. Copper and brass. If every dumpster I looked in had that, I would literally be a millionaire. But it doesn't, so. I can't really recommend fingerless gloves to people just starting out, because it actually took me quite a while, now that I think about it, to develop a way where I didn't cut my fingers and stuff. I used to nick my fingers quite often, but happens very rarely now. The problem with full finger gloves is that you end up taking them off to do some jobs. Like right now, I would take my gloves off my hands because I wouldn't want to get my gloves wet. So I would end up working with no gloves at all. Or I'd come to a job where I need to take a screwdriver and take like a little itty bitty screw out of something, you know, and trying to fiddle around with little stuff with gloves. I'd end up taking my gloves off and doing the job with no gloves. And you end up ripping up your hands when you start taking off your gloves. So for me, these are by far the best possible thing I could do, because you have that full dexterity, and it's amazing how much protection these actually offer, because you can grip sharp stuff with your gloves, and you get a good grip on stuff with your fingers. And I think I've just nicked my finger maybe twice in the last, maybe this year. This is October, so 9.5 months or so, maybe twice. And that would be less than if I took my gloves off to do jobs. I would nick my fingers up all the time. I would cut my hands and everything. My hands would end up having calluses and stuff. And like, now that I'm on a subject, I ride bicycles or motorcycles or scooters every day, let alone scrapping metal and all the work I do. And my hands, they look like I work in an office building. There's no calluses, there's no cuts. You know what I mean? Think about the job that I do and look at my hands. That should explain everything right there. I have one little callus here from giving my bike gas, but that's it. Otherwise it looks like I push a pen around all day or something. There's a reason why, like if you watch movies or whatnot, the homeless people in big cities, they're always wearing fingerless gloves. That's because they know what they're doing. They're very experienced. Well, it appears there's some kind of maintenance going on at this apartment building. This is a heating element out of a hot water heater. I know that because I just had the one replaced where I live. Looks like another one that's been cut. Some kind of little, oh, that's off a hot water heater. That's the cover off the electrical hookup or whatever. That's where the heating elements go into. Quite a few of them in here. I might like to find some more of those big pieces of copper and brass pipe. That would be nice. So anyways, everything in there is just soaking wet, and my gloves are nice and dry. I got a little drywall dust on them, but they're nice and dry. See how my fingertips are wet? That's no big deal. Just wiped them off on my shorts and they're dry as a bone all of a sudden. And see, if I was wearing full finger gloves, that water would soak in there, and then imagine all the stuff I touched with the wet fingertips, all the nasty stuff that gets soaked into your gloves. So that explains that. I think from there you can get a good picture. It was actually 8:15 when I left the post office. It's 8:30 now, so I'm gonna get the fish and the plants at the pet store right now and take them home, and then come back out and show you some stuff. Come on, I know it's exciting stuff. This place just upgraded their whole fish tank area. Brand new stuff, so it's really nice now. That's the kind of turtle I got right there. I came home and planted the plants in my aquarium. The problem I have with live plants is to see those two big silverfish. They're vegetarians and they rip them up as soon as I put them in there. I kind of let this tank go for a while. I've got some big ogre fish in here. That guy rips everything up pretty good. So what I'm going to try to do is, over the next week or two, I'm going to buy a bunch more plants and just keep planting them, and hopefully I can get it to a point where they kind of get tired of eating them, and there'll be enough in there where they'll grow. Get a little moss ball. See if I can show you my angelfish. They're back there. Get a better look at them there, probably. But those two and that dude tear everything up pretty good. So what's up, buddy? Got this guy all stocked up. All right, now let's get to the dumpster diving. was home, I sold another box of these fishing lures on eBay. Big surprise there, huh? Okay, they've got one of these for small packages. Their place only has 2 for letters. I guess they got a hopper. This place didn't have the hopper. That's not bad. It's in pretty nice shape, really. Not much I can do with it, but that's got a little rip right there, I suppose. Definitely some value to it, though. The mammoth. The mammoth is among us. Out there eating up all my stuff. Hopefully that truck's going the opposite way of where I'm going. I mean, I can go anyway. You know what? Shoot, that looks like the same kind of furniture I just saw back at that other place. I think. No, it's different. Those little fake wreaths and Christmas tree branch deals could go as tin shed, but they're virtually worthless. In a mount like that, they don't weigh hardly anything. I just go after this premium stuff. What is that? Sterno. Some kind of like old sterno stove, portable fold-out sterno holder, I think, to cook stuff on, something along them lines. A piece of brass. What else we got in here? Okay. This dumpster's kind of tall, so tire plug tool, little Black & Decker power ratchet. Hey, that's pretty slick. I wonder if that works. You never know what you might find in some of these boxes. Piece of neoprene aluminum wire. If that would have been a piece of copper wire, that would have been about worth $1. Big screwdriver. Mouse trap, make sure it's not sit. Speak of copper wire, there's a chunk. Nice pieces like that are actually pretty valuable. That wire's got a lot of content to it. Plug-in deal. How about I just take this box down here? Yeah, some more. Another tire plug deal, another razor knife deal. Nice big chunky brass padlock. I'd like to find the key to that in there. Cigarette lighter. There's the other tool for putting in the plugs. That's the raspy deal that you rasp the hole with. Let's see here. A different style of plug installer. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about when I say plugs, it's like when you fix a flat tire on a car, you can stick plugs in there. Those are the tools you do it with. Okay. That's gonna do it. Get down the road. My oil light came on, so it's kind of a bummer. I'm used to it now though, so I know how low it really is. It's not terrible. It's kind of more of a do an oil change warning. Just soaking wet. I often get the comment about these tins. There's just nothing I can really do with them except for that. Scrap metals. Almost worthless too, but little box of ribbon. I've had people tell me they're gonna grab me and shake me up and down because I don't keep stuff like this, but $1.99. That's brand new. There's just nothing I can do with it. I mean, a lot of this scavenging stuff just is kind of like the eye of the beholder, you know. For some people, that's just a wonderful thing right there. $1.57 on that one. 99 cents on that one. 86 cents on that one. You know, there's just nothing I can do with it, you know. There's a little piece of scrappy. Well, I didn't mean to do that with it, I guess. This is gonna go in my tin shred pile. that right here. Someone might be able to see it or something. Bad little basket, you know what? A piece of brass. Brand new mouse traps. I might actually hang on to that. It's like a little thing to put pieces of mail, I think, like on your desk or whatever, or just to hold anything, I guess. It's nice. Pieces of brass on there if I decide to scrap it. I don't mind the water, but this mattress up here is just soaking wet. It's just like a wet sponge, so it's kind of hard to deal with. This is the auction house. It's a good dumpster. It's not gonna mess with it. See what the Salvation Army's got for us tonight. It looks like a bunch of wet nothing to me. Kind of a weird deal. Anybody know what that is? Wait. Let's make it a little difficult. It looks like a wood ice scooper. I think it hangs on a wall. Perhaps there's something that's supposed to go in there. Almost like a candle holder. I don't know why it would be made out of wood, but I'm sure someone could tell us in the comments what that is. I always like finding out what stuff is. I don't know it. It's just a bunch of funk, it looks like. I suppose. I saw a comment a while back saying I say suppose too much. Actually, I don't say suppose. I say suppose. But I do say it a lot, I've noticed here lately. I'll try to stop. I think it's kind of annoying, I'm sure. So I suppose they don't mind me taking off all these cords. They're just sat here sitting in the rain for a while now, so they would probably actually like to see these just magically disappear. By a responsible scrapper, that is. Those CRT TVs are just such a pain for everybody. I have a link down in the description if you want to find out how to scrap those old TVs properly. What do we have here? Our little friend, the leech, or slug. Those are always fun to stick your hand on. Okay, hopefully those are aluminum blinds in there. I doubt that they're full. No, there's empty boxes. And the blinds are plastic. Let's see. Plastic kid's motorcycle in there. Looks like I've got some nice chunky pieces of aluminum. That's why I stopped. I don't know if these are screens for windows or if that's the whole door down in there. That's gonna be hard to get out if it's a door. That's a door. This might be more trouble than it's worth. If it was dry, I would just fling all this stuff out of there. Hey, that reminds me, going back to what I was saying about these fingerless gloves, I see some videos where people are wearing full finger gloves and they're just sticking, to grab these bags, they're just sticking their fingertips down in there. And if there's something sharp in there, those gloves really aren't going to stop anything. If you're sticking your fingertips in there, here's how you want to grab a bag. Like that. Let's see how I got that. See how my fingertips aren't in there? I'm using that part right there. I rarely grab anything with my fingers unless I can see it right in front of my face. I'm always using the sides of my fingers or down here on the pad. But like when I throw these bags around, I'm grabbing them like that. And you can just fling them around. That one's exceptionally heavy, but because when you grab them with your fingers and try to move them, they'll rip and you stick your hand in there and it's gross. And your gloves are gonna get filthy. So here's how you grab them. It's like that. Just fling that around wherever I want. Anyways, now I put in too much work. I'm not gonna leave these here now. There we go. Got them to break. It's kind of late out here to be making noise. Let's see. Actually, I think these are window screens. That's too lightweight for a sliding door. Where'd the rest of them go? Yeah, I'm not going after the last part of them. Actually, you know what? There they are right there. I can snatch them up. Oh, yeah. Okay, a little something. I'm reluctant to take that. It's probably out here on purpose, but you never know. Some kid might have just left that there. There's kids all over the place that will probably play with this, even if it has been abandoned. So I'm gonna leave it here. I mean, it's kind of next to the dumpster, but who knows? But if I see that in the future, I'll scrap it out. Someone got a new gaming system, gaming keyboard, gaming mouse, I should say. Let's see. I was hoping that was the cord to something gaming related. It's just a little short HDMI cord. Lottie-doo-daddy. Oh, there's a strong smell of like a paint thinner or something in there. But look at that right there. That's chunk right there. That's what scrappers dream about right there. Chunks like that. Well, super strong chemical smell in there. So I'm not gonna mess around a whole lot, but I'm definitely taking a aluminum rim just sitting there. What is it? This is just a hose. That's enough. Have that. That's prices are pretty low today, but that's gotta be a 25 pounder, give or take a little. I'm not sure where the price is at on these rims, but maybe 50 cents thereabouts. So that's $12 right there, just sitting there. I see a tambourine. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Let's see. Going for a closer look. Nice dry dumpster. It's actually in decent shape. License plate action. What is that? It kind of looks like a trash compactor out of the kitchen or something. Let's see. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Sheesh. Is that a microwave? No, it is. It is a microwave. No, it's not. What is that? Oh. Whew. Whew. Yeah, that's a super old school microwave. Oh, it's so heavy I can barely lift it. Oh, that thing's really old. Bunch of squished paint buckets back there. Welder's mask. Broken. Bunch of rubbish. That might be about the oldest microwave I've ever found. That thing's probably from like one of the early ones, like from the 70s or something. 1980-ish. I'll get you a good look at it if I can. Yeah, stupid bags in the way. Get out of the way. Tapping. Oh, that's an old sucker. Never even heard of that brand. Tapping. It might be 100 pounds. That would be the kind you want to scrap out. I think it's got a heating element in it. Look at that. That might hold some value right there. I'm gonna try to sell that on eBay actually. That might be a fairly rare item. You know what I mean? I don't know. It might be too rare. A microwave with a heating element. That's pretty wild. For these plates out of these microwaves, it's not really something I usually mess with, but I will on this one. Take a flyer on it. What you want to do is get the model number, serial number, or whatever, all the information off the back there, so you can put it on eBay. So if someone searches the internet, it'll pop up. I'm gonna take the camera off my head now, get a shot of it, so later on I can list it real easy on eBay. I think that's about gonna do it. I was working myself back towards home, and I'm about there, so I sure hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thanks for watching. So the rest of my evening will consist of hunkering down in this mess, uploading a video, then tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'll publish it to YouTube if I don't get it done tonight. Say goodbye, Grease! Goodbye, Grease! I just finally realized how bad the light is over here. My plant's growing too much.